We're rebooting our businesses, cleaning out, detoxing, filling up. I'm really looking forward to the reboot. I'm looking forward to it from a mental perspective. I've got a list of things which I'm going to share with you after Shane talks to us, that I am going to knock out as I'm not eating food, because kind of not eating for me in the past, I had always created a list of things, and when hunger pain came, it's where I focused on conquering tasks instead of putting food in my mouth. So I'll leave you with some action items after this, but I'm so excited this morning. Shane Freels, he is from Dallas, Texas, and has four kids, woo, four kids. Incredible man, incredible leader. I've been watching him on social media, and I know he was a big part of collaborating with this reboot system, and he was already doing it before it became kind of what Prove It adopted. And so I think we're really lucky this morning to open up with him on here. And I had just shot him a couple topics and questions. And so Shane, if you'll just come on, and Shane, you rank 8 or rank 7?
Rank 8, 1 star.
Yes, awesome. So he has been crushing this conversation. So give us a little bit of your background, how you came into kind of this 60-hour reboot mindset, and you've already been doing it. How do these people utilize it, in their business, and any tips for them?
Well, thank you for having me on, first of all, Abigail. I really appreciate it. It's been fun getting to watch you as well and learn from you as somebody who started the ketone conversation and as a leader as well. I think it's been something that I've been inspired to do more in my business and do more in my leadership, watching all the other leaders within the Prove It community and see what they've been able to do. My journey goes back 23 years ago when I started in the fitness industry. I was a competitive athlete, played college football. It ended after that, and I went on to become a certified personal trainer, started working at a top-notch facility here in Dallas called the Cooper Aerobics Center. Then went on and started running boot camps, and then I've just been in the fitness industry for a very long time. I've worked with several Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks, some Olympians. I've had a blessing as far as a business kind of experience goes with working with top athletes and then top executives around the country. And I was also kind of what I call engaging and doing what they call cleansing for about the last 12, 13 years. And cleansing is something that I was very passionate about. I understand the human body. I understand how we all need to kind of reboot and cleanse the system. And so my health has always been very important to me, as well as teaching my kids how to lead a healthy lifestyle as well. And when Prove It kind of came into my life, it was something that I said, you know what, I've tried cleansing, and I never really had that great of an experience with it, to be honest with you, because it just was hard. I mean, to be honest with you, just to even go like 12 hours cleansing is crazy hard. And so then I'm trying to do 24, then I'm trying to do 36, then I'm trying to do 48 hours cleansing. And I made it through 2 48-hour cleanses in 12 years, only because I had to be in a pool for ESPN because I was training Roy Williams from the Dallas Cowboys. That was my one motivation. And another motivation was because I had to do a photo shoot. And that is all I could muster up to get through a 48-hour cleanse. Other than that, I was out. I couldn't do it. So this, to be honest with you, when ketones came in and I said, you know what, I'm going to try to do just ketones, right? I'm going to try to do just ketones for, say, 12 hours. Because, I mean, when Rob DeBoer sent me the ketones and he said, just drink it and don't eat until you feel hungry, I thought, I eat 6 times a day, Rob. Like, how in the world am I going to do that? Like, that's impossible. Like, I mean, but I said, okay, I'll try, right? Well, that one packet of Orange Dream that I took lit me up bigger than Dixie. And I was like, I made it till 3 o'clock without wanting to eat. And I was like, how in the world is that possible? And I'm just like, okay, there's something to this. So it was 2 months later, I decided, okay, let's try this. I said, and I started doing some investigating on fasting, right? Because I was like, okay, I'm not going to use any cleanse products. I'm not going to do anything like I used to be doing. I'm going to do just ketones and see if I can make it, because ketones are fuel and we all run on low blood sugar. So that's why I was crashing so much when I was trying to cleanse without ketones. I was trying to get into natural ketogenesis, which is body fat, right? To then put me into a state of ketosis. So it was one of those things that I said, okay, this is an experience, right? This is an experience that I'm going to try for 12 hours and then go 24. Well, I did the first day of fasting, only ketones, period, and water, and knocked it out of the park. And when I say knocked it out of the park, it was the best I had ever felt in my life. So that alone was a big aha moment. And then I started seeing more and more research on the benefits of fasting, right? And how that takes your body to a whole nother phase, what we call autophagy, right? It's almost like you're self-eating, bad cells. You're giving your cells a chance to completely reset themselves. And I even found science and research that backed up how, you have oncologists and cancer doctors having people fast for 3 days before they go in for chemotherapy, because there's evidence showing that your immune system is almost completely reset after 72 hours. And I was like, how do I not know about this? I've been in the fitness industry for 23 years. How do I not know about this? So that alone for me was like, okay, we have ketones that make you feel better than what you've ever felt. I don't need anything else, and yet I need an autophagy happening within my body. I'm not looking for weight loss. I'm looking for health, right? It's all about what internally is doing something for me. So then I took it to doing it for 48 hours. Well, if you add in the other time that you're sleeping, it's technically 60 hours. Well, I was telling Rob DeBoer all about this, and I'm like, dude, I just killed a 60-hour fast. He's like, there's no way. He's like, how do you do that? He's like, didn't you lose muscle? Didn't you, feel lethargic? Did you still work out? How are you doing this? And so I just kept educating Rob about it. And Rob started going, and Rob being a science guy and, being somebody that likes to understand science and research, it started to pique his interest, because he would see pictures of me. He's like, dude, you look huge. He's like, you don't look like you've lost any weight, yet you said you're, fasting for 2 days and you have crazy strength. He's like, this isn't making sense. So then he started doing the research, and then he started looking into it. And then that's really kind of where this all started, because it all of a sudden we both realized we had something that was life transforming, is what I call it. It truly is life transforming. It's a life reboot, which is where then Rob jumped in and he just said, man, he goes, we got to do something with this. And so that's where the 60-hour water wash came from. So the 60-hour water wash, and the reason why we had to term it water wash, guys, is because technically fasting can be termed as a medical term. So when you're in network marketing or you're using a supplement, you cannot make any claims that you can medically treat, diagnose, or cure anything, right? Well, fasting is a terminology that is medically termed, so we had to change fasting into water wash, right? Now we have water wash, now called reboot. So it's a reboot. It truly is. And it's not even really fasting now anymore, because we have keto broth, right? We have the keto better broth, which is phenomenal. If you think about the 3 things that are being added to the reboot in conjunction with the ketones, this is going to be an experience that everybody is going to, I would almost call, just kind of like have this light bulb moment come on for you. Because Abigail, you were talking about having this, this relationship with food. Since you're not going to be eating, there's going to be a relationship with food all of a sudden that you're going to change this mindset with. And that's where I've been so passionate about, because we all use food as an emotional crutch versus true fuel. Think about that. Food is truly just fuel at the end of the day, but yet we use it as an emotional crutch to deal with life, right? I deserve this. I want this. I need pizza. I want ice cream. I need a burger. I want some French fries, whatever that may be. And if you understand how food is just designed to give you fuel and the good food, right? I call it the good food. That's where this relationship of doing a 60-hour reboot is going to help you. I also call it building a muscle. You're building a muscle of strength that you can all of a sudden realize my body is designed to do this all the time. That's why I'm now doing intermittent fasting. I haven't had anything to eat since I think I ate right before the Super Bowl started, and then I didn't eat the rest of the game. So I ate at, what was it, 6 o'clock when the game started. So I haven't eaten since basically 6:30 till, 11 o'clock Central Time in Texas, almost 11:30. And I'm still not going to eat until I'm about to leave and go do a workout. I've had my keto coffee, and then I had the new Splash, Love, and now I just mixed up a Blue Ocean that I'm going to drink on the way to the gym. And guys, I feel freaking amazing. I mean, this intermittent fasting is, been life-changing for me. But Abigail, I think more importantly, it's about, just like we talk about an experience with ketones, the reboot is going to be an experience for each and every person to realize there is so much opportunity here for you, not only health-wise, but through education and research, right? That you can help other people in ways that I guess, you can only dream of sometimes, because when the human body gives itself the true, what I call balance of what it needs, then this is where you're going to experience something even better than what you've already been experiencing. So I could go on and on and on, Abigail. I don't want to ramble too much, but I hope that kind of gives everybody kind of a background and an idea of kind of where this is, where it started from and where it's going.
Awesome. I love it, Shane. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm wondering too, you were kind of teaching this reboot, leading the way. What's your language look like to people, trying to coach them in it? Or I just feel like for so long we were kind of like, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Sorry, shiny. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Just being able to come with kind of a new conversation. What do you know about rebooting? What do you know about not eating? What do you know about fasting? Has it given you an edge just in being kind of something different to approach people with?
Absolutely. I mean, ask anybody who wants to join me for a reboot, right? I mean, that alone, the terminology, the conversation is what? Always creating curiosity. I think that's what, all of us have the ability to do, is create curiosity around the ketone conversation. I never just throw something out there at people until I've created enough curiosity by posting facts and inviting people to join me on a journey or join me on an experience. And that's one of the things that has been, I would say, grown so organically fast with my conversation around ketones, is that this is truly something simple and easy to apply into your life, right? Anybody can do this. And I always say, start with 12 hours, then go 24, then do 36, then go 48, then do 60. We're not asking people to just jump right into a 60 if you don't feel like you're mentally ready for it. You have to build a muscle that says, I'm conditioned to believe, because I promise you guys, even though you're not going to be hungry, you're going to think you need to eat, right? It's because we're creatures of habit. And that's part of having an experience and learning how to develop that muscle. So my language is always inviting people to join me, inviting people to learn, inviting people to experience. That's it. And I keep it as simple as can be, Abigail. I don't want to get to be the science guy. I don't want to be the science guy. I'm letting Rob be the science guy, to be honest with you, because that's something that I want people to see whatever I do as something that they go, oh, I can do that, right? oh, I can do that. I want to do that. I want to be a part of that. That's something that I want to experience or that I want to share, right? So that's the cool part about what this opportunity gives you is it's a simplicity of language and it's a simplicity of creating a conversation, but also creating the curiosity to ask people to join you, have an experience, and just be educated about what it is. I think the Facebook groups are huge because the Facebook groups do all the work for you. You don't have to be the know-it-all. You don't have to know the reason even why. It's just say, I just love it, right? I just love it. I just feel great when I do it. People are like, well, how do you go, not eating for 2 days and working out? I even talk about how some of my best workouts come when I'm doing a 60-hour reboot. And the reason being is because for a guy that works out hard and lifts a lot, when your body isn't pushing muscle, when your body isn't pushing blood to the stomach because you have so many, different carbs or proteins or fats in your stomach that the blood is having to work on digesting and breaking down. When your stomach is empty, guess where all the blood goes? It goes to your extremities. It goes to where the body needs it when it's being put under stress and put under pressure. And that's why I say, guys, it is phenomenal the experience that you get when you truly give the body a chance to run the way it's designed to run. And a reboot and working out for me is something that I absolutely love.
I love that. That's awesome. So, also just the final thing, doing this with your teammates, has it, whether it's a 24 or a 48 or a 60, has it created almost more camaraderie between you guys or just anything unique that's happened from it?
Absolutely. Because it's accountability at the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we all want to be encouraged. We love it. We love to be encouraged, but we also love to know that other people are doing it with us. We also love to know that, you know what? It's just hard. I mean, it's just hard sometimes. And so you need that encouragement from other people to say, yes, you can do it. Yes. Or you can say, hey guys, I'm struggling today. You'll have 15 people post, you got this. You can do it. Come on. I'm with you. We're in this together. And it's like all these different, I've always been associated with teams, right? I've always been in a team format of competition. I love it because of the camaraderie that it builds and the unity of putting like-minded people in the same space and encouraging and motivating and inspiring people, because that's what life is all about. We are creatures that like to be around other people and have that encouragement. And this is just another avenue to help people with that. I mean, it is truly something that we are bettering humanity when we are educating them and encouraging them to be a part of this 60-hour reboot.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. So guys, something that, mentally too is, when I was getting ready for competition season, it was about a 20-week prep. And this was almost 5 years ago. I had a coach that was beyond the science at the time. And he would start me every Monday on a 24-hour fast. And I think 24 hours is the worst, because once you get past 24 hours, you're feeling great. You're not struggling as much. So I kind of came up with a few little mechanisms. And I think one of the most valuable things that we can help people with and coach people on is that when the reboot is over, that their month looks different because of it. And here's what I mean by that is in your first 12, 24, 48 hours, your body, like Shane said, is going to be used to going to that food. It's just what we've programmed, right? We talk about disrupting patterns all the time and with Mitch. And so, when that pattern comes up, when it's time to feed, I tell people, like, literally, when you start getting hungry, sit down with it and think about it. Experience the hunger. I want you to visualize in your body, literally, like, this is for me when I was doing it to get me through. Okay, I'm getting hungry. Celebrate the hunger. Because what happens when we pass through the hunger pains, when we pass through that ghrelin hormone spiking, when we sit with it, when we picture what's happening, I know that once you get through that, there's something new that is produced in your body, and that's a growth hormone. And so people ask all the time, should I work out while I'm fasting? Like, listen, if you've never worked out before, no, I'm trying not to say fasting while you're rebooting. If I'm not, if I'm not used to working out, I would say go for a walk, go move, go optimize it, but if you are used to working out, keep with that because the benefits will be more significant. But sit there with the hunger and then watch how it will go away. Because I think the strongest component to going through a reboot is training your mind to be more powerful than your stomach and your body. And it's coming out of it saying, wow, I know the difference now between hunger and cravings, because we feed off cravings. But if we can literally sit with the hunger and put our mind over our body, I think you're going to feel just like a badass when you're done, knowing that your mind controlled what went into your mouth. And once you register with those feelings, it will give you more power the rest of the month to make healthy choices about what's going in your body. And I know every time I woke up and I was ready to break a fast then reboot now, I was so aware of what I wanted in my mouth because I felt like I had treated my body so good throughout the cleanse. So leaving you with some business action items today as we have 5 more minutes. I want you to start as leaders and as coaches of business getting ready to go into the reboot. I want you to think about a list of maybe 3 things in your business that you want to conquer in that 60-hour reboot. Okay. For me, I woke up this morning and I've been compiling every single customer name that I've ever put into my cloud in 3 years. I went to print it, and of course my printer jammed. And then I had to open my Bible because I was shifted out of good energy. So I want you to start thinking about what is it that you've been procrastinating with. I want to challenge you to look at your calendar. Maybe look through your customers. Have you contacted every single customer? Because that's kind of tedious. So maybe that would be a good activity when you feel hunger pains. Okay? The other thing is I want you to look at your calendar. I think so many of you are fired up. You want to grow. You want to explode out in 2018. And if you showed me a screenshot of your calendar today, I could tell you what was going to happen. I really could. When you look at your calendar, I think I think the scariest, most deflating thing is a blank calendar. And that causes anxiety. Where during the day, when you're preparing to go into this 60-hour reboot, where on your calendar is your cold recruits? Where's that hour during the day where you're starting a conversation, you're prospecting? Where's the hour during the day where you're following up with previous conversations that you've started with people? Where is the hour during the day where you're going into close? Enough is enough. Some of us just need to ask people for what we know is best for them and put them where they need to go, whether it's a customer, a SmartShip customer, or on a 3-way call, Zoom call with somebody else to edify, give credibility, introduce them to a team and community. How many 3-way calls are you doing? Because a lot of you are just their peers or just their friends, and you're not asking for enough help in your business, and we move as a tribe. Where is that scheduled time block? Who's meeting you in that hour to help you with that person that you've been dating per se? And then how many mixers or events do you have planned? You really want to blow it up? You're going to make whatever you learned at this past event go from conceptual to active. I know April Fowl was sitting in Brian James's and I's class in Dallas on local environments, and she said, "Dadgummit, I'm gonna do it." And she went back home and she had a consistent mixer every single Tuesday night for almost, I think, 12 weeks about. And she showed up at this last event with 14 brand new people in her business because of that one consistent mixer she committed to. So if you want to be accountable, if you want to, like, don't just take this. I want you to find a teammate, find your nearest COC, find a friend, find a sponsor. I want you to work on your calendar, and I want you to show them that calendar. I promise if you don't have those time blocks laid out in your calendar, I can tell you your business will resemble your calendar. Okay. And I am the worst organized person. This stuff behind me, many of you know, like that beautifully organized looking calendar, you know, it's not real. Okay. This is real. This little guy's real. That's all you I'm contacting. But no, so I get how hard organization is, but I can tell you when my business is growing, my calendar is filled to the max with every point I have. And it's really important also that you get your workout in, you get your quiet times in, your meditation times, and you get your kids. They go first. Okay. They do, because we don't want you feeling shamed working here. So time block family, time block kids, time block your quiet times, time block your workouts, and then, you know, get fierce, get focused on your business, and you should have more hours in your day during that reboot. The final thing I want to tell you was just the script. Okay, think about this today. 3 words: crazy, confident, compliments. Crazy, compliment, confidence. All right. You all know I'm a cold recruiter. I love it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to Shreveport this Thursday. I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma on the 22nd. I'm going to Dallas on the 24th. Whenever I find out where Brian James is going, this is also what I do. I go to my Facebook, I go to the search bar, I type in friends in, and I put it in there. So all week all day yesterday, I went friends in Tulsa, because I know I have 3 weeks till I'm going to Tulsa. And I started a conversation with 20 people that I had friends with in Tulsa. Nothing about ketones or ketosis or business. I started up a conversation. That's a time block. Today, I have a time block to go in and respond to anybody who responded to me, or go like and comment on their page, those people I started a conversation with. It's just touching, it's building rapport, it's starting things up, okay? That's prospecting. So here's some language. Hey, you're going to think I'm crazy. I get it. But I've been watching your face. I've been watching your Facebook, and you seem like you have crazy influence and people love what you're putting out. Or just find something to compliment them with. It's not insincere. It's not disgenuine. It's just giving you a little bit of language to open up with people. And then build somebody's confidence. If no one would have told me, oh, you'd be great at this, we'd love to have you here, I wouldn't have believed it. Okay, so build their confidence. You would be amazing at what I do. What are your thoughts on working with me? Not what are your thoughts on ketones? What are your thoughts on joining an opportunity, joining my team, being on my tribe? What are your thoughts on working with me? Because it's a relationship. And so often people are saying, I'm having trouble getting my customers to promoters. I want to ask you, do you care about this being an extra income for them because you know them? Like, this is a very good line with customers or warm contacts, is to go on their Facebook page, I know this seems crazy. I get it. But I feel like you're so influential. You keep posting keto recipes. People are following you. I'm wondering, would you ever consider working with me? I think you'd be amazing at what I do. All right. Identify, we know we're crazy because we are. That's okay. You have to be crazy to be good at this. Number two, compliment them. Number three, build their confidence. Ask for what you want. So we all have different scripts. I don't want to read your script. It needs to be somehow genuine and authentic, but that's just a little bit of language that I've been playing around with, and I like it this week. So you got to find your groove in your own thing. But with that being said, Shane, thank you so much once again for joining this. I'll have this recorded. We'll get it out. And y'all, feel free, show somebody your calendar after you've worked with it. And make sure that we're all tuning in to Stay to Play tonight, Prove It review tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we'll come back in for our big tribe. That'll be on Brian James's Zoom line. We'll get that pulsed out. And you should probably do your medium, your small tribe calls on Thursday. Friday, I think we got a COC profile we'll do, and then back for training on Saturday morning corporate. So have an awesome week, guys. Thanks for tuning in.